Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a tortoise named Timmy. Timmy was always hungry and was always looking for food and ways to satisfy his hunger. One day, as he was strolling through the forest, he came across a family that was having a feast. The family had cooked all sorts of delicious food, and the aroma was making Timmy's mouth water. As Timmy approached the family welcomed him and invited him to join them for the feast. Timmy tried to control his hunger, but he could not resist the delicious food. His nose was going up and down, his mouth, his tongue was sticking out and going back in. He thought of how he could eat and finish all the food alone without any disturbance, and came up with an idea. He looked at the family and beckoned on the oldest one and told him something. He told him the family that he had heard some strange noises of another family, like a strange sound of war coming from a river not too far to the place they were having the feast. And he felt that an enemy was about to attack them while they were feasting. And he was sure that family was ready for war with them. All of them were surprised, and they wondered, why should another family have a war with them when they had no problem with anyone? The family, concerned about Timmy the tortoise and what he had told them, ran towards the river to see what was happening, each brandishing a sword or a knife or whatever, as they headed along, leaving the tortoise alone where they were feasting. As soon as the family was out of sight, Timmy quickly finished the food. He started to eat in a hurry. He ate and ate and ate his fill, carried some of the food, brought out a cloth, put some of the food inside, hung it across his shoulder, and started to run. However, little did he know that the family had realized his trick and decided to follow. They decided to follow him. After a few minutes of running, Timmy the tortoise realized that something was going on. He realized that the family was following him. He was shocked. He looked back and saw them with all those things they carried towards the river, carrying them towards him. He tried to run faster, but he couldn't escape them. The family caught him and confronted him about his deceitful behavior. We welcome you so much with open arms. How come you've decided to deceive us? He shouted at the tortoise. Ashamed of what he had done, Timmy the tortoise started to apologize to the family and promised never to do it again. The family looked at him and they forgave him, but they also made sure to teach him a lesson. They made him stand in front of the forest and apologized to all the animals in the forest for his behavior. From that day on, Timmy the tortoise learned his lesson and never again tricked anyone to satisfy his hunger. He became a responsible and honest tortoise and lived happily ever after. Many people have realized that the tortoise was always tricking them, and so each time he came up with his tale, they always took his words with a grain of salt. That is why it is good for everyone to always say the truth. Otherwise, people will never trust you. When you always say the truth, people will always trust you and hold you on high esteem. That is the end of the story. Please don't forget to subscribe and share.